one for bull, long sound. If you need any of this, boarding groups got you covered. Now immediately you might say, but Loopy, boarding groups are one of the more useful additions to the game. What about them is actually rant worthy? Well, I will tell you, kind stranger, and by the way, you're looking very handsome today, I might add. You see, boarding groups did add one of the more needed improvements to Toontown, that being it fixed the shuffling problem. However, I'm sure this is pretty nitpicky, but even still, to me, there's some faults in the function of boarding groups. Okay, so, the first thing I really notice is now, more than ever, there's a strong recurrence with segregation. I realize this isn't exactly a function of boarding groups, but more the people behind them, but gosh darn it, if Jimmy wants to go VP, and by God, he should never attempt that, but if he did, he would more than likely get singled out as someone who wouldn't get picked to go solely because boarding groups have increased the odds of picking certain traits over others. I can't tell you the amount of times I would go to a populated district to VP in my Hollywood suit and see an ocean of cold callers and telemarketers just to have 6 out of the 8 in the group be all of the level 50 Hollywoods in the room. Now I realize that this kind of thing always existed, shuffling existing solely because of the unwillingness to go with lower tunes, but now it's even easier to not give tunes a chance at all to get a VP in. I understand if it's Jimmy though, he's just simply always going to be the gum stuck to the bottom of the shoe when it comes to being valuable. The other main thing for me, and I'm sure this is nitpicky to an extent too, but I've seen other people talk about this, and it's the fact that the elevators aren't even used anymore. Occasionally you'll get the VP or CFO group that walks to the elevator, but really that's about it. Look at this room, this massive map. About 10% of this actual map is used anymore. I'm talking about the stairs at the entrance and the stairs at the CFO. I might just be an old timer, but I miss the days where tunes had to actually be at the designated elevators to do what they wanted to do. I mean, heck, I would still go to the elevator and do it that way if I could, but that probably wouldn't turn out well. Bowl? I need a bowl? Anyone? Bowl? Just doesn't work. If they made it where you could still do groups, but you had to do it within a certain zone in front of the elevator, I feel like it would be enjoyable to see people back at the actual elevators instead of just sitting on the stairs in Cashpot HQ. And I can just imagine all the tunes crying out about how much work it is if they made this change, but really, if there's already a tune there at the elevators, it's literally 2 clicks more than what you already do, and if there isn't anyone there already, you likely aren't going to try and get a group there anyways, defeating the point of whining about it. Or, how about just remove the go button from the panel at all, and just have the group leader walk into the elevator? That would work just as well. Maybe I'm being a bit over the top with all of this and just being a cranky old loopy tune, but it just always bothered me. Every HQ is so empty besides the front entrances of them, and I actually miss using the elevators. When's the last time you've actually witnessed the side elevator entrance for the factory? I think we can literally deem this one of the 7 wonders of Toontown at this point, right next to the picture of the ultimate derp cat on Loopy Lane. And now, an important message for all tunes to hear. Guys, I'm bringing you here to create awareness about a very serious problem growing rampant in the tuning world that we live in. Each and every single day, there are numerous elevators that are deserted, left behind and forgotten about, never to operate again. Tons and tons of elevators each week, each month, and each year that go without the simple joy and pleasure of having tunes travel to and from plenty of places inside them. You can help me in creating elevator awareness by simply donating just 1 jelly bean a day. With your donation, you can bring back the joy of operation to many of the deserted elevators near you. This has been an elevator PSA. Stop elevator desertion. In all seriousness, there's other things I'd like to see implemented into boarding groups, namely the ability for a tune to go into battle without being removed from the group and the ability to prevent other tunes besides the leader from being able to invite people. It's not much of a rant rather than a suggestion with these though. Overall, boarding groups are honestly one of the greatest additions to Toontown. I just feel like there were aspects of the boarding groups that could have really have been done better with the vision of the game in mind. Namely, that being the now empty and deserted elevators. I wouldn't say that it's anything that really needs serious attention, but it did genuinely bother me how empty the actual elevators are for these locations. Maybe someday they'll actually update it and include some of these suggestions in the updates. but I doubt it at the moment with how accustomed everyone is now to the current boarding groups. But that pretty much wraps up my rant. I hope you enjoyed it. I know a lot of my rants are usually pretty trivial, but I still like creating awareness about the things I see and notice, and I hope the things I talk about resonate with you, as well as hopefully being a little comical and making you laugh maybe. But I want to thank you all for watching. I have more rants, I have more mysteries, I have a whole bunch of stuff coming. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Do you like what you see? Want to help me in making videos just like this one? Help support me and my videos by joining my Patreon. It's a funding website designed to allow YouTube creators just like me to gain support to be able to produce videos regularly. So if you enjoy my videos, it would mean the world to me if you could lend a hand to help me make more. I want to thank you all for watching my videos, I want to thank you all for the support, and I'll see you in my next video.